Welcome to the Global Events Podcasts. We're your hosts, David Brooks and Sasha Reeds. Today, we're teeing up a fresh conversation about a much-anticipated return to the screen that's got, well, pretty much everyone talking. Happy Gilmore 2.
That's right. It just dropped on Netflix July 25th, 2025. And yeah, it reunites Adam Sandler with his, beloved hockey-turned-golf rebel nearly 3 decades after the original.
Wow, 3 decades.
Yeah, and this isn't just like another film release. It feels like a pretty significant moment for Sandler's ongoing deal with Netflix and really his whole streaming era filmography.
Okay, so let's unpack that. What's the big deal here? We know Adam Sandler is back, reprising the role. And for a lot of people, just hearing that Happy Gilmore is swinging a club again, that's enough, right? Huge excitement.
Oh, absolutely. The confirmation of Sandler returning was key. But this sequel's arrival exclusively on Netflix, that's a crucial part of his larger ongoing deal with the platform. It kind of signals a strategic shift, how beloved characters and franchises are being revived and distributed now.
So less about the big screen debut and more about getting it straight to people's homes.
Exactly. It marks a significant milestone in his filmography, which is now primarily reaching audiences via streaming. It tells us a lot about, well, the evolving landscape of entertainment.
Right. Now, what's fascinating here, and you hinted at it, are the reactions. They seem wildly divergent. On one side, you've got fans who are just ecstatic, calling it absolutely perfect, saying it over-delivered. You see comments like on social media saying, just watched Happy Gilmore 2, and now I need sequels to all Adam Sandler movies. That's intense.
It really is. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, that fan sentiment clearly leans into, well, overwhelming nostalgia, callbacks, Sandler's signature comedy style. They describe it as genuinely funny with a lot of heart.
Okay.
Which, raises an important question. What exactly constitutes success for a legacy sequel like this in the streaming age? Fan satisfaction seems to often outweigh traditional critical acclaim these days.
But you mentioned divergent reactions. So, okay, fans love it, mostly.
Yeah.
What are the critics saying? Is it just a nostalgia mismatch?
Well, the critical viewpoint offers a, let's say, different perspective.
Yeah.
Some lament a definite lack of originality,
Yeah.
calling it things like pathetic attempts at nostalgia, filled with 1,000 recycled jokes and empty cameos.
Empty cameos.
Yeah. The Washington Post, for instance, described it pretty bluntly as overstuffed fan service and a safe layup that relies way too heavily on just reminding you of the first movie.
Okay.
And there were also criticisms about, the actual production, things like poor color grading and flat visuals.
Yeah.
Someone even pointed at a scene with Eminem saying it looked kind of jaundiced.
Really? Technical stuff, too.
Yeah. So it highlights this tension, doesn't it, between giving fans that warm, fuzzy, nostalgic feeling they want and delivering something that's, cinematically polished and maybe a bit more original.
Okay, so despite some of those critical notes, it definitely sounds like the film just went all in on the fan service.
Yeah.
Leaned right into it. For people watching, what really stood out for you in terms of that nostalgia and those maybe not so empty cameos the fans liked?
Well, what's fascinating is how it really does maximize its nostalgic purpose. Fans definitely picked up on multiple Easter eggs, lots of callbacks from the 96 original, some subtle, some, not so subtle.
Right.
But it also includes these really heartfelt tributes to stars who've passed away, like Bob Barker and Carl Weathers.
Oh, that's like Chuck Peterson, right?
Exactly. And that seemed to resonate really deeply with people, made it feel perhaps less like just a rehash.
And the cameos, you mentioned Eminem, but the source mentioned some other pretty big names, too.
Oh, absolutely. The film is packed. It's like a who's who sometimes. You've got musicians like Bad Bunny, Eminem, obviously, sports stars, Travis Kelce is in there.
Kelce,
Yeah. And even actual golfing legends like Rory McIlroy makes an appearance. And, of course, Adam Sandler's own family is in it, too. Sonny Sandler plays a character named Vienna. That's become kind of his thing now.
Right, his family pops up a lot.
Yeah. So this whole blend, familiar faces, new surprises, it really fuels that over-delivered feeling for the fans. It almost turns watching it into a game of, spot the reference, spot the celebrity.
Okay, so it's not just about the slapstick, the yelling, the chaotic golf, which is, let's be honest, what people remember most. The sources hint there's something a bit deeper, an emotional core this time.
That's right. And maybe that's part of the surprise for people.
Yeah.
Beyond the absurd humor, the film does try to incorporate heartfelt themes, some unexpected emotional beats. Esquire actually called it a nostalgic escape with absurd humor and heartbreaking sentiment.
Heartbreaking, wow.
Well, Well, maybe heartbreaking is strong, but it definitely mixes the humor with these emotional moments about aging, about legacy, things Happy probably wasn't thinking about in 96.
And I read Happy is actually mentoring a young golfer in this one.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like a totally new layer for him.
Exactly. And that adds this whole generational aspect, doesn't it? It shows Happy in a completely new role, guiding the next generation, maybe passing the torch, so to speak.
Yeah.
It shifts the dynamic. It's not just about his personal anger issues or winning anymore. It's about his influence, his legacy, maybe.
Gives it a bit more substance potential.
Right. It adds a layer of depth that, even some critics acknowledge. Boston.com had a good line. They said it was a lot like its star. A little flabbier, a little shabbier, but still undeniably funny. But they also added that it genuinely had heart. So that mentorship part seems key to that feeling.
That's really interesting. And what's also striking is how this film, a Netflix-only release, seems to have generated almost cinema-level excitement. Like the buzz feels like a big summer movie opening, even though it's straight to streaming.
Yeah, and that raises a really important question, I think, about how we perceive film releases now. Even though it is a Netflix original, Happy Gilmore 2 has created this huge amount of online chatter. It's driving trends with memes, social media's all over it.
Yeah, I've seen some of the memes.
Right. It just shows the immense power of, one, a beloved franchise, and two, combining that with a major streaming platform. They can generate the kind of buzz that used to be reserved for huge theatrical blockbusters.
The water cooler moment is now the trending topic online.
Pretty much, yeah. It definitely serves its purpose as that, fun and heartfelt weekend watch. And maybe it won't eclipse the original's cult magic in the long term. Who knows? But the immediate impact, the buzz, undeniable. It really signals how things have changed.
Definitely feels like a shift. So as we start to wrap up, it leaves us with a pretty provocative thought, I think. In this era where nostalgia is like super powerful currency and streaming services are basically king, what does this mixed reaction to Happy Gilmore 2 really tell us? Specifically about the future of these kinds of legacy sequels. Our audience is just more forgiving when they're looking for that fun, familiar escape on their couch. Even if, critics are asking for maybe a bit more originality or polish. What's the balance there?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How much does critical reception even matter for these big streaming plays if the fan engagement is massive? It's something we'll definitely keep seeing debated.
We hope you enjoyed this look into the surprising and maybe complicated comeback of Happy Gilmore. It's certainly given us a lot to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you found this discussion insightful, we definitely encourage you to like this episode. Maybe leave a comment with your own thoughts on Happy Gilmore 2 or other legacy sequels you've watched recently.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
And, of course, subscribe to the Global Events podcasts for more in-depth analyses like this one.